Welcome back to the Black and Gold Report. We're still joined by head football coach Pete Chinnick. Coach, we talked a little bit before the break about some of the game, but we're going to go back to it. Arguably the key to this victory over Catawba was the turnover margin, where the Indians lost 3 fumbles plus an interception at the end. Is this a fair assessment of the game?
It's a great assessment of the game, and it's really one of the things we talked about all week long. We really wanted to do 2 things in this game outside of executing well on offense and defense. Number one, we wanted to win the turnover margin. We didn't turn the ball over in the last game. We had turned the ball over early in our first couple games, but we've been pretty good in the last couple games not turning the ball over. And we knew if we did that this game, our defense could force some turnovers. Coach Richardson and his staff do a great job working on stripping the ball. We saw that in that clip. Matt Turner getting one there, Quentin Pate getting one. That was huge. And we knew that if we did that, and the other part was we knew if we won field position. We saw with Bill Stanley's punt, Matt Davis kicked 3 kicks out of the end zone. We figured win the field position, win the turnover margin, it was going to play into our hands to win the game.
Well, the Braves were soundly beaten, they were beaten again in time of possession, and offensive plays from the scrimmage. Does this bother you, or does it matter so long as you win in the end?
Well, I think at the end of the game, you look at the scoreboard and you go, okay, we won that. And then you go back and you analyze like we do all week and say, where did we leave plays on the field? And when did we give Catawba chances to stay on the field when we shouldn't have? It's a mutual battle between offense and defense. Sometimes our offense doesn't perform the way they need to and they go off the field a little quicker. And sometimes our defense doesn't perform the way they should on third down. So we want to correct that. We obviously want to have more plays than our opponent. But at the end of the day, our guys have found ways to win and they've found ways to come out on top. So, we're going to keep working on the other, but excited that we're 4-1 at this time.
Well, Mike Isbell took a couple of snaps from the center this week. Is he a quarterback on the depth chart that you were going to put in because of Luke's injury, or were you just experimenting? And if that, is that why he changed his number this week?
Yeah, we played him back there against Wingate on 3 snaps, and we just didn't think 33 looked very good taking snaps from the center. So we figured 9 would be a little better. But obviously with Luke out, and Lance Price, who's our second team right now, Lance had been injured for a little bit. We just felt like that was a way to kind of save some reps and save some plays. And Mike played that in high school and really thought he did a good job, except for our guys jumping off sides the second time he was in.
All right, well, we're going to look ahead to next week, and you guys are going to play the Tusculum Pioneers. They're 2-3 already this week. They beat Brevard last week 49-39. What do you know about Tusculum, and how are they going to have to play in order to beat the Braves?
Well, we had a very good game with them last year, and they put up a lot of yards, and they scored 38 points. We were fortunate because it was one of our best offensive outings of the year against them. Their defense has gotten better. And they've got a great quarterback back that they did not have against us last year. And so for us to play well, we're going to have to clean up some things in the passing game on both sides of the ball. Our offense has got to execute at a little higher rate, and our defense has got to stop the passing teams that we faced the last couple of weeks, keep them off the field a little more. Tusculum, very tough team to play at home. They do a great job at their place, and so we've got our hands full.
This team averages over 360 yards in the air by Bo Cordell. You've played 2 heavy passing teams already in Wingate and Catawba. Does this prepare you for a better Tusculum team?
We think so. As a matter of fact, we talked about that as a staff this morning, just really how a lot of the things that we've seen Wingate do and a lot of the things that we've seen Catawba do, Tusculum does as well. And so I think, defensive football is getting the right reps at the right plays and being able to execute it. And so what we've seen the last couple of weeks definitely prepares us for this. Bo's probably one of the better quarterbacks in Division II at this time. And so, we've got to be spot on because he knows where to put the ball and he knows how to take advantage of people who aren't in position.
All right, well, we see many of the players accumulating Arrowhead decals on the back of their helmets. What determines when and if players get an Arrowhead, and do they decide how to arrange them?
Unfortunately, they do decide how to arrange them. We tried to work on a uniform way to do it, but that just didn't work out. After the first week, everybody kind of was doing it their own. It started last year as a special teams, a way to reward our special teams. And then we wanted to be able to reward our other players as well. And so, each person on the team gets one for a win. Each person gets one on offense and defense, meeting certain goals. And then an individual can earn an Arrowhead by a great play or being player of the game or a great tackle or a touchdown or an interception, those type of things.
Well, you've seen a number of guys come out on the field and play for you already. What are you expecting from them in this upcoming game? Any key players that you're going to see outperform, or any new ones coming up?
What we like, and it's a great question, because every week I think a new guy steps up and a new guy performs. And so, we're going into our 6th game. We want to see a group that is just more relaxed. We want to see guys, I've mentioned Blake Hickman's name a couple of times. He's getting more comfortable in his role. Kadarius Mason on defense getting more comfortable in his role. And on offense, a guy like Mike Isabel. We got 3 offensive linemen who are starting for the first time. R.J. Harvin, Jordan Champion, and Donald Sheetself. We want to see those guys continue to get better. And so as it goes on, we feel like that's happening, and we're looking forward to all of them playing well.
All right. Well, thanks, Coach. It was a great game to watch. We do appreciate you coming on the show. And when we return, we're going to start talking soccer with head men's soccer coach Phil Heinsohn. So stay tuned.